Hey guys, this is going to be about your semester one exam review project. You should all have this paper. If you lost it, you know where to find it on Google Classroom, print it out, make sure you have it. And so just follow along with me. I'm going to read it up here and I'll explain some stuff. So let me zoom in a bit more. Okay, perfect. It says each group is responsible for covering the content they are assigned. So you should be in a group. Make sure you know who your group members are. If you need to know who your group members are, you should have a spreadsheet up on Google Classroom for you to look at. Each group is responsible for covering the content they are assigned. They will present to the class the material below. They will present for a minimum of 5 minutes and a maximum of 10 minutes. They must include one demo per group to represent a concept of their material. Okay, so one demonstration meaning a song, a dance, a poem, a picture, right? Something that's not just a presentation, not just a PowerPoint, okay? Students are also required to have a minimum of 3 pictures or visuals on their presentation. Be sure to cover all assigned terms and concepts. Students will individually turn in a document that will list all of the jobs they performed for their group and lists of the jobs of the other members of their group that their group performed. They will also grade their fellow group members and their participation in the assignment. This grade will be measured on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being the person did nothing to contribute, and 5 being they participated fully in all that was required. These grades will not be shown to anyone other than me. So here's what's expected of you. You need to know what your topic is, right? And I'll go through those in a second. You need to create a PowerPoint with at least 3 pictures, right, for your group. And your group has to come up with some sort of other besides the presentation, some sort of other creative demo, right? If you have any questions on that, feel free to ask me, send me an email, right? As long as it's school appropriate and covers the information that you're talking about, pretty much anything's fair game, but make sure you check with me, okay? So here's our points. Presenting is 5 points. Having 3 visuals is literally 20 points. So 3 visuals minimum. Make sure you get that. That's easy points. Your demonstration is 10 points. Covering the content is 30 points. Individual question, which I'm going to ask you. So after you're done presenting, I'm going to go down the line to each of you and ask individually, meaning just you by yourself can answer a question about the content that you talked about. Could be from that test, could be about your project, anything, right? So you really need to participate and know what you're doing. And then I'll ask your entire group a question. So with the individual question, only you can answer. With the group question, you all can work together to find the answer, right? So the individual question is 15 points. Group question is 15 points. Presentation has to be at least 5 minutes long. That's 5 points, right? So let's see, we have 25, 35, 65, right? 100 points. Okay, 100 points total. Here are the groups, right? Or the group topics. Here, let me underline this for aesthetic purposes, obviously. Pre-Civil War will be group 1, right? Going over the Cotton Gin, Fort Sumter, Kansas-Nebraska Act, John Brown, explaining what slave auctions were like, life as a slave, punishments for slaves, stuff like that, right? Stuff from Unit 1. Group 2 is Civil War, right? So talking about bromine, the mini ball, Emancipation Proclamation, Sherman's March, the 13th Amendment, all of those things. With this list, you can always add more, but you need to have every single thing in this list here, okay? To get the full points. So make sure you have all of those terms defined somewhere in your presentation or your demonstration, right? Reconstruction is KKK, Andrew Johnson, sharecropping, Black codes, 15th Amendment, 14th Amendment, the Booth assassination of Lincoln, carpetbaggers, and scalawags, right? This next one, the Gilded Age, is all the men of industry. Rockefeller, Tesla, Carnegie, Edison, Vanderbilt, all of those guys, and the presidents as well. Native American, the Spanish-American War. Talk about Custer's Last Stand, boarding schools, yellow fever, Buffalo Soldiers, Rough Riders, Blue Eyes, Brown Eyes experiments, stuff we talked about during that. Immigration, immigrants groups like the Irish, Italian, Irish, Japanese, and Chinese, xenophobia, nativism, Emma Lazarus, Prescott Hall, Angel Island, and Ellis Island. And World War I group 7, the final group, is talking about Hitler, Mussolini, Churchill, Lenin and Stalin, Patton, the Zimmerman telegram, anybody or anything on this list, right? All the things that we talked about. Okay, so those are your groups. Then after, like it said up there, right, you will give a self-evaluation and a group evaluation, right? So you'll put what number group you had, the group topic, your name, right? And the score that you give yourself on this assignment. How productive were you? Were you a good team player, right? Did you actually help? Be honest with yourself. Have some self-awareness. And so you'll put the list of jobs that you completed. What did you work on for the group? How did you help the group? Then you're gonna rate your group members. Okay, so you'll put your group member name. So if I'm in a group with Miss Thorpe, I'll put Miss Thorpe's name here, and then I'll rate her performance in how helpful she was with group work on a scale of 1 to 5, right? And then I'll put, if Miss Thorpe is in my group, I will put what she did to help with the group project. Does that make sense, right? And you'll do that for all the rest of your group members there. Okay, so that is your semester project. This is meant to be a extra review for the really big test that we're going to take. So please take this seriously, have fun with it, especially with the demonstration. And if you have any questions, as always, check Google Classroom and then let me know, okay? I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna try and stop this meeting. And all right, goodbye.